A Restoration Shaman guide to the dungeons. Let's go straight to the point and start with the stats. So stat wise, don't mind, don't check mine, don't inspire, I'm just getting item level. I'm equipping anything. Alright, I'll close it. From stats, you are going critical and versatility. That's your top priority. Mastery as low as possible, but it's okay. And haste, you want to have something between 2000 and 4000. Because haste, you're not focusing on, and we have quite mana issues, so haste is not good if you have mana issues either. But you want to be able to cast a little bit faster because you want to manage to fit that heal before your party dies. You are just too slow if you have 0 haste, it's simple as that. So you don't want to destroy your mana with 7000 haste, but you want something so you feel comfortable that you are not absolutely slow motion casting everything, as Shaman is casting a lot. So everything to crit, versatility, get some haste, and mastery as low as possible. If you get some, it's alright, it will do something, but not as much. As I have 5000 critical now with random gear, it's not good for my mana. Good for damage though. Alright, let's switch to the talents. Shaman, Resto Shaman in dungeons is a very wild thing. There is so many choices, and there is not particularly bad choices with them, but there is so many. So if you want exactly these talents, the link will be in description, and what I have here, I would say it's like a default that you can easily change to anything, and it's focusing more about chain healing than huge critical strike and really single target healing. Let's start with the right tree. There is a little bit less choices. So this one, what I have there, is like high heal and chain heals healing. So what you can change, it's going more on critical. If you are going more on critical, have 7000 critical. That's where you want to be. If you have like 4000, don't bother and play just this one for healing waves. What's the point of critical? That we are focusing on Ancestral Awakening, and Ancestral Awakening is working only if you do critical hit, and it's not working with chain heals. That's why you are going on chain heals or like full focus on critical. And if you're full focus critical, you are casting more single target heals, as this ability is not proccing. It will do tens of millions per dungeon healing, so it's huge. So if you are switching more for critical, then you can change. You are not going chain heals, so it doesn't matter. You'll put it more to Riptide, and this is again another talent with chain heals, and we'll put it to Ancestral Awakening. Still chain heal, it's worth to use it, but you need to think now, because your chain heals are no longer huge range, so everybody is stacked. Alright, we can still do chain heal, but we are mostly focusing on single target heals through Ancestral Awakening and healing a lot to Riptides, and of course combinations with Primordial Wave, but we still have that tool in our hands. Oh, I will put it back, because there's another option over here. You can play Living Stream, but of course if you are pushing, it's not recommended because you need that output of Cloudburst. It can do much more potential and is really good on burst healing, and you will need a lot of burst healing. You can choose Living Stream. What you are doing with that, you are focusing more on damage or more on passive healing, well, for damage. It's also helping a little bit with mana struggle, but if you really need to heal a lot, even Cloudburst Totem is better for your mana because it will heal more than Healing Stream Totem. But if you're not playing going very high keys, it's very comfortable to just play with the Healing Stream Totem, because you put it down, you put that rain down for damage, you put some Riptides, Healing Totem down, and everybody is full and happy, and you can be jumping around and blasting as much damage as it can squeeze. So yeah, it's another option for you if you want it or not want it, up to you. And if you go there, I recommend definitely Stormkeeper. It's a huge DPS boost. I'm completely taking this stance over here and put it over there, and to the Riptide, and I'm wearing this if I'm focusing full damage. So many choices, you can play with it. Something is better in this situation, something is better in this dungeon, but if you are better on this boss, you will be worse on that boss. So it's not some straightforward talents. Then with some healers, you are always taking exactly the same thing. So let's just bring it back, very boss, take those, that is helping for damage. This is massive single target heals. But yeah, I like this as a default because it's quite simple to heal with it. Left tree, That's absolutely wildness. There is so many opinions, so many choices you can choose there. But let's start with the affixes, what you can choose for them. So you can choose Thunderous Pros. It's good to get rid of roots with Entangling affix. Then we have Froggy. Then we have Incorporeal, so we can see that ghost that is spawning. You can go through Purge or Totem, so you can just get down here. A Purge is very good in Knockout. There is many things that need to be purged. Also, second boss need to be purged, so time will survive. Another dungeon that is good purge is Ruby. There is a lot of enemies that have some abilities that can be purged. And also many shields from start. In the middle we have Dispel. We usually don't need Curse Dispels, but we are choosing this to dispel Afflicted affix. So that's what we are choosing. Then we have additional choices. If we have Sanguine, we take away this talent. Because with this talent, our Thunderstorm is not knocking away enemies, it's just knocking up. So they will stay on the same position, they just fly up and down. But if you click it out, you can actually push away enemies. That's why it's important on Sanguine week, because you can help push enemies from Sanguine so they are not healing. Another good choice is Poison Cleaning Totem. Is also very good for Afflicted affix because it will dispel those ghosts without blinking an eye. You don't need to target it, you just poop it, 2 dispels, everything is good. And also it's quite important if nobody can dispel poison and you are in Academy, because the first boss, the little flowers, when they spawn, they apply a lot of stacks of poison on a tank. So if you have absolutely nobody who can dispel poison, then choose Totem, because that's probably only way how your tank will survive. Of course, you can use shields and Bubble, Paladin and stuff like that, but yeah. So, great many choices. Also, I forgot to mention, if you are pushing high keys, Elemental is really noteworthy defensives, because it will increase your maximum health by 15%, so we can survive some heavy hits. Where to take these points? So many good choices. We can take from extra healing to Cloudburst, Healing Stream Totem. Of course it's increasing our healing, but if we need some hacks, definitely we won't want to fail affix, because we want to heal a little bit more. No, we will just put it away and choose some utilities. Or we can sacrifice our magic defenses, so we can take points from over there. Sometimes we are not playing down there. Or if you are forgetting to use totems, definitely don't pick it. If you are playing just Healing Stream Totem, don't even take Totemic Recall. Is not so important. Healing Stream Totem have shorter cooldown. But if you are playing Cloudburst Totem, then Totemic Recall is a little bit better choice. Alright, let's move on from talents. You can see there is many good choices, and doesn't mean some particular choice is the better one, because if you are choose something, okay, you are better for these situations, but then different type of healing is required or different type of damage is to the group, and suddenly you are not prepared for that. So yeah, just experiment what fits to you, but remember, like mating or like big change you can do to your talents is just switching to that single target healings, and you are no longer using chain heals as much, maybe not even one, because you are using just single target heals. So keep in mind this change, because that's quite important gameplay changes. Otherwise, others like little there, little here, little bit more damage, little bit more healing, little bit more defense, whatever, but this is the notable change you can do, because you are using a lot of chains or you are using a lot of single target heals. That's quite different. I almost forgot with that single target focus healing on critical Ancestral Awakening. You are choosing Primordial Tide Core, you are choosing it for extra Leaf Tide, because High Tide is again working with chain heals and we are not focusing. But if you want occasional huge AoE heal, then High Tide is still the choice. Up to you. But yeah, this is more fitting for that build. Let's move on gameplay priorities, rotation, whatever you want to call it. So for Shaman, the topmost priority is to keep your shields. I'm saying topmost priority, but you want to prioritize it that much, so you don't need to reapply it when damage is happening right now, or you need to heal right now. So between the pools, when it's downtime for healing. So our topmost priority is to keep our air shields. So we are keeping it one on ourselves. We are also reducing damage taken by 6%. So we have a little defensive that was usually missing on Restoration Shamans well, shamans overall, so this is nice. One can be only on us. You can have two, but one of them need to be always on us. It cannot be on somebody else. It's not like two life blooms on restoration druid. You can choose two targets. No, one can be only on us, and second one you can choose target. And of course, usually who we are choosing tank. There are some situations I'm moving it to other DPS from the tank if boss like heavy boss in Ultaman and somebody got that bleed, so he's taking much more damage than anybody from the group. Tank doesn't need healing on that boss. Tank damage is very low there. Well, very low. It's a low comparison to somebody who is getting bleed from that boss. Then I'm putting shields on them. It's healing them a little. It's reducing their damage taken, and it's also increasing healing taken by 20% from you. So it's also helping you heal them much easier. So yeah, you use it on the tank if there is somebody who is taking much more damage than others in the group and it's not the tank, use it on him. But if nothing special is happening, keep it on tank all the times. It will do nice passive healing, and it's also that 6% reduced damage to tank is massive over the whole duration of dungeon. Alright, after shield, our next priority is Riptide. There is a lot of things to know about Riptide with the Restoration Shaman. So let's start. What is Riptide? It's instant heal, then some healing over time. Keep in mind that an instant heal on start is more than half of whole Riptide healing. So even if some targets have already Riptide applied, you can use it for a little bit more healing. Of course you want to focus targets without Riptide, but it's not that bad as initial heal is that good. So what is Riptide doing apart from its own healing? We have talents that are working with Riptide. We have Deluge. So healing wave, healing surge and chain heal healing are increased by 20% if target have Riptide or standing in healing rain. Usually melees tank are standing in healing rain because you are using it for damage, as your healing rain is asset, so enemies are getting damage when they are inside your rain. But also they are increasing by 20%, but the ranged usually standing on range is not hitting them, so having Riptide on ranged is quite important to increase your healing by that shiny 20%. Also we have tidal waves, very huge, and you should always keep it in mind, and it's also good to have some Vigavra that will track it for you, and that waves are increasing or rather buffing your next heal you will cast. So if it's chain heal, it's casting faster. If it's healing surge, its critical chance is massively improved by 30%, and healing wave is same as chain heal, is shorter cast time. So we usually want to use Riptide at least every 2 other abilities. So you use Riptide, you will cast 2 chains, then you apply another Riptide to have another 2 stacks, then you apply healing surges, whatever. You should use that every 2 casts, so you get that nice extra effect for other abilities. And also that healing over time effect is then great combined with Primordial Wave, but more about it later. So Riptide is our base heal we are doing always and non-stop. It's not that expensive on mana, it's instant, and its HOTS have additional effects, also getting us 2 stacks. So let's move on. I want to put here Healing Stream Totem if you are playing that talent. You shouldn't, but sure, let's talk about it a little. You are using it with Riptide, I would say even higher priority, because Healing Stream Totem is saving you a lot of time. You just click it, it's healing a lot over the whole duration, and you can focus on you doing damage. I was playing Healing Stream Totem in most of my dungeons because I'm just having a lot of time to just cast some damage abilities, so it's this high because it was more or less most time what I was doing. Then I was clicking some Riptides. I had Healing Rain always for damage, so it healed something, and the chain heals and healing surges when I actually needed to heal a little bit more than just this passive healing. So yeah, Healing Stream Totem plays priority here because it's quite important to use it as often as possible because you are playing it for saving your time, so yeah, you want to keep using it. About Cloudburst Totem also a little bit later. So let's go back to our Cloudburst build, let's say. So we have shields, we are clicking our Riptides, and now we want to consume those tiles and we need to heal more than just some clicking of Riptide. So AoE, Chain Heal, single target, Healing Surge. Quite simple as that. Chain Heal you are using a lot if you are playing those talents, not the single target with critical what I was mentioning before. And Chain Heal is very straightforward. You click it on some characters, then it's jumping on 4 others, and healing is reducing every jump. But if you are playing High Tide, what you should with it, you sometimes have proc, that means the healing is not decreasing every jump, so everybody will get the first initial hit. So that's this massive healing improvement. And also every 8 seconds we are getting our Tidebringer, that means our Chain Heal have much bigger range on jumps. It's not jumping far because it's closer, but otherwise this was too much distance before. And it's also reducing our cast time by 50%, so also huge. So range and that cast time reduce is massive. We want to use it, of course, with some stack of our tidal waves. And if we have High Tide, I have Vigor for that too. That means every single hit will be do exactly the same, and that's massive healing increase. As you can see, of course, the numbers are a little bit different because there are random things. Because otherwise, Chain Heals would be decreasing 30% every jump. And that's massive healing reduce that your one cast of Chain Heal will do. And for single target, of course, we are choosing our healing surges. Healing waves we can use if we are really tight on mana. So in that case, okay, go for it, but otherwise just spam healing surges. And also healing wave we are using with Primordial Wave. So let's have a look on that Primordial Wave and healing wave. So what is Primordial Wave doing? Primordial Wave will heal a little, 70,000, it's almost nothing, but also it will apply Riptide. And that Riptide that will apply will also do its own healing. So initial healing is quite nice because it's that Riptide initial healing and then plus this 17,000 that is showing up here. So it will do nice single target instant heal. It will apply Riptide, so you have one additional buff of Riptide on a target that is also healing over time. Then you get your stacks, 2 stacks of tidal waves, so we have improved another abilities, but the main focus with Primordial Wave is after you cast Healing Wave, then 40% of that Healing Wave healing will be spread to all targets with Riptide. So it's not like it will be shared for 40%, but everybody got hit by 40% of that one heal. So it's massively huge heal to whole group, of course, depend on your Riptide spread. The additional effects here you are increasing after. Then you have additional effects here that your healing wave is healing more after you use Primordial Wave. That's excellent and shortening cooldown. So yeah, if you want to heal, AoE is also good for single target. It's not like Beacon from Paladin. If you heal target with the Beacon, it's not then shared through the Beacon. In Shaman and Primordial Wave, if you heal target with Riptide, you will also get that 40% healing wave hit. So we can really use it also for strong single target heal. But ideally for AoE, and it's effective on mana and is healing a lot. Let's talk now about Masters of Elements, because it's quite a huge part of our healing. You should have it talented. It's completely alright to play without it. You can completely choose to ignore it, and you can spend your extra points, you can spend it like Mana Tide Totem with extra like little cooldown, or you can just pump it to increase Riptide healing. But yeah, this is great combination because we also want to do some damage, so Lava Surge is a good combination, and this is working with your Lava Burst. So you are doing damage and it's also increasing your healing, and if you don't need it for healing, you will increase your damage even more. So it's excellent choice together. So we want to use Riptide here and there, so we get proc on the Lava Surge, and after we get Lava Surge low, Lava Surge proc. When we get proc, it's instant cast, so it's much better for us. We still can cast Lava Surge even without proc. After we use Lava Burst, then we have 20% increase of your next nature of Frost spell. It's not saying damage or heal, so it's working for both. So you can use a 20% increase for your next healing ability, or you can use that for your next damage ability. That means you want to play, keep your eye on your buff. Oh, hello, my Town Trinket, kaboom! So I have some nice vigor for it. I know next ability is buffed by 20%. So if you are switching between damage or healing, then this is great. Now I got free proc. I can skip this anytime and use it 20% increase, bam, I can heal. Nice, huge chain heal, well, huge, 20% increased. Let's move on cooldowns, definitely starting with Cloudburst Totem. That was short cooldowns, but you will really feel it's really long because you always want to use that Cloudburst Totem. Also, if you are playing healing type of Cloudburst, we have set piece that if the totem is up, our critical chance is increased by 15%. That's absolutely massive. And of course we are healing more with our crits, so yeah, that's quite handy. Okay, so Cloudburst, what it's doing, it's storing all your healing, well, percentage of your healing, even counting overheal, and after you will end up its duration, or you will reactivate it. You will just click the same keybind that you started ability, the healing will be released. Healing stored is split among injured allies. Is maximum there? Is not a maximum, so you can spread to unlimited allies, not like 5 or something. So if just one guy is injured and everybody is on 100% health, mean to be 100, not 99.999, it doesn't matter, it was still healed. Then only one guy will get healed. If more people are injured, then they will get healing too. So it's split it to injured allies. So when we are using it, anytime if our basic healings won't be enough. So yeah, it's massively increasing our healing and it's a huge burst of healing. So if we need some burst, we are doing it. Also, if we need to heal a huge sustain healing, of course. So anytime we are healing more than usual, it's worth to save that healing into the totem. Even maybe if that will be overhealed, but you know, you don't want to be wasteful. Oh, I'm healing more, I want to save it, maybe it will heal somebody. Just go for it, and also increasing your critical strike chance, what is also huge, improve to your healing. So yeah, anytime you are healing more, anytime you need to heal more, and ideally when you need some burst healing. It's really worth it to understand that if you place totem down, it doesn't matter where the totem is. It doesn't matter you will be behind the wall, it will be really far away from you. It's matter where you are, because this totem is working like you have a buff. So it absolutely doesn't matter where you placed. After it will be end of duration, or you will click it, healing will be around you. So if you will really running and you feel, oh, we are so far from totem, it won't heal anything, no. It's not something like healing type totem that is healing just around the totem. This totem is just buff. It doesn't matter where the totem is. It's really just buff on you. So it's just nice visual, there is totem on the ground, but if you are not PvP, NPCs cannot target your totem and kill it, so don't worry about that. Healing is around you. And of course it's also storing around you, so just don't remember where it is, you don't care. Healing stream totem is also matter where it's placed. This one, Cloudburst, don't care. Alright, and synergies with Cloudburst are a little bit weird. So, Cloudburst is not storing healing from healing type totem. Cloudburst is not stealing healing from Ascendance. If you use stored heal in Cloudburst, that healing will not be shared through Ascendance and will be not shared to Ancestral Guidance. But if you use Ancestral Guidance, its healing will be saved into Cloudburst Totem. So if you use Ancestral Guidance Totem, that will increase your healing, and you will be healing like a beast. And I don't know if you can see it better if I heal before without it. Like this is much faster totem charging than I would be casting without Ancestral Guidance. So when you're using Ancestral Guidance, definitely combine it with Healing Stream Totem. It's massive healing storage, and then you will explode in huge healing burst. So that's only synergy you can do with your Cloudburst Totem, that you'll use with Ancestral Guidance. If you explode Totem, Ancestral Guidance won't share it, but Ancestral Guidance shared healed, it's saved to Cloudburst Totem. Alright, I hope I explained it so you can understand. I really hope. But let's move on our other cooldowns. So, I want to talk about Ancestral Guidance and Ascendance. At the same time, they are really similar. What is the difference? Ancestral Guidance shorter cooldown, Ascendance longer. Another difference, Ascendance will do explosion of heal, when you activate it, it's 234, it's showing there, so it's quite decent heal, and that explosion is also split through the allies. Then additional difference is Ascendance is duplicating only heal, Ancestral Guidance is duplicating also damage. So not damage, it's not duplicating, it's healing from your damage. So Ancestral Guidance, if you do healing, it will do healing. If you do damage, it will do healing. Ascendance is just duplicating your healing. And another difference is, well, I said they are the same, but yeah, they are the same, they are duplicating your healing, but yeah, they are not really the same. Another difference is Ascendance is not healing 3 allies, but is healing all the allies splitted. Ancestral Guidance is healing 3 allies. So Ancestral Guidance is a little bit better if not everybody is dying from the group, because that heal is a little bit more focused. And Ascendance is healing everybody, even if they are 100% of health, doesn't matter, it's just split it to everyone. Then our little cooldown, 1 minute only. Our next nature ability is instant, no mana cost. You can use it for chain lightning, for example, but I do it, use it for healing, right? So you can use this for chain heal to not waste as much mana. I really like to use it for healing rain, because healing rain is almost 11,000 of mana, that's a lot of mana, and it's also a long cast, so I just usually use it to just click it faster, and mostly it's for damage, but it's also healing and increasing your other heals. Another good use for it is on Healing Wave. When we are using Primordial Wave, it's just instant, because Healing Wave is also quite a long cast. Little note about Ancestral Guidance and Ascendance, I forgot about it. You can combine them together, they are buffing each other, and they are absolutely massive burst of heal if you use it together, but you usually don't need it. But if you are really panicking, everybody's like 5% of health, click it together and you will heal massively together. You don't even need Cloudburst Totem there, because you will heal so much together. Also classic Healing Time Totem, it's not healing much. Like, it won't save anybody in dungeons, so not like you will click it and don't need to heal anything. It's just increasing your heal, so it will do something. At least now it's 100% more effective in dungeons. Nothing special, but it's cheap on mana and it's helping with your sustain healing on AoE, so yeah, definitely. Use it here and there. Not working on single target, and it won't do burst, it's just healing quite slowly. And we have our Spirit Link Totem. So Spirit Link Totem, it's not heal, it won't do any healing. I would say it's defensive, or it will increase your healing. So how to use it if somebody is dying much more than others? Like again that bleed in third boss in Uldaman, because that's an excellent example of single target dying much faster than others. And just put it and damage, well, everybody will have same amount of percentage of health. So you will save that guy, because it's hard for that single target damage to kill whole group. And it's also much easier for you to heal the damage, because then you need to heal just 5 players. And it's much easier for healers to heal AoE. It's easier for you because AoE spells have bigger output of like mana cost and effectivity per second, blah 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 blah, because you are healing more players but for less amount. So yeah, it's also for you to increase your healing, so definitely follow with some AoE abilities. Usually to save somebody, and it's also 10% defensive, so if there is some explosion or very huge damage that is whole group getting, yeah, just use it, everybody should hide. That will survive, will help you to heal them better. If somebody drops really low, then others, like he didn't have defensive, then he will get some health from others, and you can just top all of them up before some incident will happen. Enough of healing, little bit talk about damage on the end, and then we are done. So, single target, we are using Flame Shock. We want to have 100% uptime, because our lava boost will be 100% critical, and also we have chance to have 3 lava boost cast, and it's also refresh that cooldown. It's not only instant, but it's also refresh cooldown. Lava boost is great for single target damage and also giving us our buffs. So all the time on single target, have Flame Shock, every trinket is proccing. Twice even. Alright. All the time on single target. Then our second priority is use our lava burst, so we are not sitting on 2 stacks. In case we have Storekeeper, Of course, we are using it instantly as soon as possible. We won't want to cast 2 lava bursts in the row because we want to use that 20% damage increase buff, so we are following with Healing Rain. Yes, Healing Rain, even on single target, it's just worth it, and it also do some healing, so let's be happy about that too. Then we have using Healing Rain, and they are just spamming lightning bolts to consume the 20% buff. So if you have lava bursts ready, you want to refresh buff, or again refresh buff, alright. That's quite simple. So yeah, keep Flame Shock, Lava Burst to get buff, then Rain if it's not up, or Lightning. If you don't have Lava Burst, Flame Shock is up, Rain is up, we are just spamming our Lightning. On 2 targets, it's exactly the same rotation. You are just putting a Flame Shock on 2 targets. Its cooldown is just long enough, so you can easily have it on 2 targets. You can also have it on 3 targets, but that's tight to keep 100% uptime, but it's possible. But on 3 targets and higher, it's not worth it to use Flame Shock for increased damage. Of course, if there is some priority target, like there's 5 enemies and one of them have twice health as others, yeah, let's put Flame Shock on him, and also we'll do some Lava Burst if we have, but we will follow with Chain Lightning, we won't do only single target. But if there is like here, everybody have same health, all we are doing is keeping uptime of Rain and just Chain Lightning. We don't need anything else. That's it. Otherwise our damage will be lower. Of course, if this priority target, will apply also some Flame Shock with Lava Burst. Don't forget, use that 20% increase buff. And also, if you need to heal a lot, it's worth it to use few Flame Shocks to spread to the enemies to get that instant Lava Burst, so our heals are better. So on AoE, just Chain Lightning with Rain, nothing else, only single target rotation, if Flame Shock, there is somebody who have more health or need to die sooner than others, or you want to increase your healing, so you won't be consuming that 20% buff on your next Chain Lightning, you will be consuming on your next heal. So anyway, that's all from me. If you want exactly the same guide, it will be on my Discord, so if you prefer it in text or you want to just quick check some part, I know it's a little bit harder, much harder to find some exact spot you want to check in text, or rather in video it's much harder than in text, so if you prefer this, just hop on my Discord. And thank you for watching, think about liking and subscribing, it's helping me a lot, and goodbye.